these are fun because when someone doesn't have like any specific symptoms or things they want to work on, it's really kind of like a blank slate and we get to play around and kind of work on that optimization piece. So since we don't have much information on her, we'll touch briefly on that family history of heart disease and give her some therapeutic food options to include to reduce her risk. So go-tos in this are going to be fatty fish, garlic, turmeric, pomegranate, blue and purple berries, olive oil, avocado, dark chocolate. And then some other factors we might work on or consider depending on the person to prevent heart disease and support health span are making sure her blood sugar is balanced and getting adequate protein and fiber at meals to support this adequate protein consumption. So looking at like 20 to 30 grams of protein per meal, as well as adequate breakdown. So stomach acid production usually decreases after age 60. So digestive enzymes, bitters, or apple cider vinegar could help with absorption depending on like, could have a B12 test if she's into getting all the micronutrients, or just doing bitters or apple cider vinegar can be great support for a lot of people. And then combating post-menopause rise in specific conditions. So estrogen is protective against osteoporosis and heart disease. So when levels drop post-menopause, assuming that she's post-menopause, I really don't know, risk for these conditions drastically increases. So women's risk for heart disease actually becomes equal to that of men's after menopause, which a lot of people don't know. So it's kind of known as like a silent killer for women. And so we still want to have that focus on combating heart disease, as we know that her risk has probably gone up. So along with that, we're going to want to make sure she's getting adequate minerals and vitamin D to support bone health. And then other lifestyle considerations would be probably to engage in weight-bearing activity to maintain muscle mass and promote that bone health. That's great for most people over the age of like 50, 60, just to start kind of getting that in your mind, doing more weightlifting. And then spending time outside to support mental health, reduce general inflammation. This is always going to be a good thing to do. So not knowing her, I'd put this on the list. Eat organic foods if possible, when possible. This is definitely at the top of lifestyle considerations. I put this as a priority, especially for someone who's just looking for that like longevity support. And then reduce toxin exposure in the home. So looking at face, hair, body products, looking at what we use in the kitchen in terms of utensils, pots, pans, foods that may contain different chemicals, and then as well as like what we use our house, what we're cleaning with, things like that are always great places to start with toxin exposure. So we'd probably look at those and do some work in that area. Engage in some sort of stress relief activity. So if that's meditation, journaling, acupuncture, whatever it works for you. I'm not super set on one thing for people. I really like to work with clients and see what they're interested in. And then the list really goes on and on for ways to support longevity and would really be tailored to that individual once I find out more about them.